Hello, my name is Harshad. I'm from Section E. My roll number is 2501340. Today I will be speaking about one of the India's most pressing but underreported economic challenge, the foreign direct investment crisis. India is the world's largest fast-growing major economy, yet foreign investment has been in free fall. I'll be taking you through the historic context and the current crisis it causes, the consequences, and what India will need to do to fix it. Let's start with paradox. India's GDP grew at 7.8% in 2025-26, the fastest among all the major economies. We have almost 1.4 billion people, a young workforce, booming digital sector, yet foreign direct investment has collapsed. It fell from 3.6% of GDP in 2008 to under 0.8% in 2023, the lowest in 5 years. Our stock market saw 5 consecutive months of decline, the worst streak since 1996. So, why is the world's most exciting growth story falling apart to attract investors, foreign investors? Let me take you through the history. Okay, in 91, India faced a severe balance of payment crisis and was forced to liberalize its economy. That was the turning point. Through 2000s, FDI poured in global companies saw India's potential, peaking at 3.6% of GDP. In 2014, the Make in India initiative generated a huge expectation, but since then, despite the rhetoric, the number has gone reverse. By 2023, FDI has hit its low, 5 year low. It isn't just dip, it's a structural trend. Okay. Then moving on, here's a data. Here's the data visualized. The decline is unmistakable from 3.6 in 2008 at peak to 0.8 in 2023. Gross FDI hit just 71 billion in 2023-24, the lowest in 5 years. The trend is not one like we saw in COVID-19 pandemic. It started declining from 2014 onwards, and it has continued falling. On the other hand, China, by comparison, attracted about $180 billion in FDI in the same period, despite its own challenges. Okay. Then there are four key reasons for it. First is the regulatory uncertainty. The Vodafone retrospective tax case was the wake-up call for the global investors, showing India could change the rules in the mid-game. Okay. The second was infrastructure gap, power outages, poor road, and connectivity issues outside major cities make operation expensive. Third, a skill mismatch. Despite having a millions of engineers, most lack skills for moderate modern like industries. And fourth was global competition. Countries like Vietnam, Mexico offered better deal to lure the better and lucrative deal to same kind of investors uh, that took the fact this kind of deals took the factories away from India. Then the consequences are serious. For this, the consequences are serious. First, fewer quality jobs. India needed to absorb almost 10 million new workers every year. FDI in manufacturing is one of the best way to do that. Second, the technology gap within. When MNCs come in, they bring cutting edge processes, patents, global standards. Without them, Indian companies miss this learning. Third, the rupee weakening, driven driving up the import cost and inflation. The most important thing, India's Viksit Bharat vision of becoming a developed nation by 47 requires 8% growth annually. The current FDI trend puts that goal at a serious risk. Now let's talk about the solution. In short, 0 to 2 years, India needs regulatory stability above everything. No more retrospective taxes, specifically the clearances. In medium term, 2 to 5 years, a serious infrastructure push, competing with the global competitors, providing foreign freight corridors, uh, ensuring reliable power for factories, expanding internet to smaller cities. In a long term, from 5 to 10 years, fixing education and retaining talent. India has engineers, but they leave. We need to make India itself the world's best place to build technology. This is said easily, but it's very hard to do. But it's not impossible. But fixing this is genuinely hard. First, India's federal structure is complex. States have their own labor and land laws. You cannot just issue a directive from Delhi. Second, political economy. Labor reforms is necessary, but no government wants to do it before elections. Third, the funding gap. India needs 1.4 trillion in infrastructure investment, but private-public partnership models haven't worked smoothly. And fourth, geopolitical headwinds. With US tariffs and supply chain disruptions, even countries that want to invest in India are uncertain about the global environment. To conclude, India's FDI crisis is not just a small blip. It represents a 78% collapse in foreign direct investment as a share of GDP over 15 years. The cause are structural, bad regulation, poor infrastructure, skill mismanagement, and global competition. The consequences are very real. Fewer jobs, weaker currency, and Viksit Bharat 47 dreams becomes hard to achieve. The solution exists: political stability, infrastructure, education reforms, but requires genuine political will. India's opportunity is real, but it requires action, not just aspiration. Thank you.